Well, students, this is Doug again, and I want to do a little follow-up so you'll have something in your file folder to look at and remember how we make blocks that we want to assign attributes to as we bring them into different drawings. We're going to work with our electrical symbol indexes here. We're going to create this electrical symbol index as part of our project, where we're also going to create a template with attributes, and we're also going to have a drawing that we're going to XREF in. So this is the first part of several videos that I want you to keep on file, and hopefully will help you out. So here we go. I'm going to make AutoCAD a little bit smaller here and set it over to the side. We'll set this over here so we can see it, and we'll set take our AutoCAD and drag it over here and open it up. Okay, and I'm also going to move my command line up to the top so that it's easier to read for you. Excuse me. And I'm going to do a couple different things in here. So the first thing we got to take a look at here is in our little piece of information here in our handout. We're going to zoom in here a little bit and read a little bit about this. We want to look at our text heights, and we want to look at layers, and we want to look at by layer and our justification and all those things, as well as the geometry that we're going to use to build our blocks. What I want to talk about first, just so you don't get confused, you'll see that there's a little black dot on these different units. This black dot is not part of the geometry. This is just a little donut that I put there, so you know where to put the insert point when we go to make these into blocks. So don't be adding this little donut to your geometry, and you'll see as I build it too. So let's get down here. Looks like we've got 6-inch height. We've got a 3-inch height. I believe we have an 1.5 inch text height, and everything is middle center justified. So let's go build that if we can. Okay. And so I'm going to see what I have as far as text. So I'm going to go to annotation here, and we have. Okay, we have our standard BT stylus, which is what our stylus BT that we want to use. So I need to create some variations of this. You can see there's a 1.5 already there, looks like. So I'm going to go stylus BT. I'm going to create new. I'm going to go ARCH Architect 6. I'm going to select that. I'm going to go down here to my height, and I'm going to select 6. I'm going to go apply. And then I'm going to go new, and I'm going to go ARCH 3. I'm going to go OK. I'm going to select that, make that height 3, and go apply. Great. I'm going to start out with my Architect 6, so I'm going to pick it right here. I'm going to say set current. And you can see that my Architect 6 is up here, and it should draw exactly what I want as an ARCH 6. Okay. So I'm going to use multi-line text. I'm a big fan of multi-line text. Single-line text has its place, but in this case, I'm going to use multi-line text. I'm going to show you a little trick in using the multi-line text so that it does the things that you want it to do. Okay, so I'm in annotation here. I'm on Architectural 6. I'll go to my multi-line. Okay, first thing it asks me is pick the specify first corner, so I'm going to do that up here, and I'm going to specify the first corner here. Then I immediately am going to go up here to justification, pick on justification, and go middle center. And now you'll see how this works. And left clicked twice. I left button selected twice to get out of that. Notice how beautifully that did. First thing we want to do is we want to make sure we're on what layer? 0 layer. And we're just doing text, so we will just use all our text on that. Now, I'm going to go again back to my annotation, go to multi-line. But first I need to pick here, and I need my 3. And architectural 3, multi-line, I'm going to pick there and there. Go to middle, my justification right now, go to middle, and then you won't have to do this later. Go middle center and duplex. Beautiful. Now I'm going to just take that, and I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to go from here to here and just move this on down the line. Because this is already middle center justified, it should work really well. So all I have to do is go in here and do a little editing. This is going to be double duplex behind there, get that. That looks great. And double duplex receptacle. Nicely done. Again, I left mouse clicked to get out of it. And this one's going to be and hit my enter key, and then my left mouse button, and we're out. And then, oh, this one is completely different. We're going to use reset, so we're going to use screw. Okay, and as you can see, I'm just going to go on down and do all these. Now, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make the geometry. And AutoCAD allows us to do things any way we want. No matter, it's just how your brain works. So allow yourself to have the latitude to learn to draw in a style that works for you. And I'm going to draw in my style, which is what I've, over the last 12 years, it works for me. It's the way my brain works. I'm sure there's faster ways, and I know there's slower ways, but I'm going to show you how my brain works. Yours is going to work different. You just keep drawing, and you'll come up with a style that works for you. First, I'm going to go back home. I'm going to verify that I'm in 0 layer. But now, for the first time, we're going to go over to Properties, and we're going to change something. We're going to go to By Block. By Block in the Properties, 0 layer. Okay, I know that this circle is 3, so I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go Shift right click, mid between 2 points, point in there, and there we go, and type in 3 radius. There is my circle. And if I pick on it, you're going to see it's by block, it's on 0 layer. Now I have a couple lines I need to draw. Several different ways to do this, but this is the way I would do this. I would go from this quadrant to this quadrant. I'd escape. I would now pick this and then just pull it up and add 2. That's what I would do. Then I'm going to escape again. I'm going to hit O for offset, enter, and 1 for my distance, enter. And notice my pick box comes up. I'm going to pick it and pull over, go just like that. And I'm going to throw this away. And while I'm here, I'm going to go trim. I'm going to go there we go. That was smart trim. I trimmed to the line. That's called a smart trim. Now, before I start doing my next ones, I'm going to do one new thing. If I pick my circle, it is 0 by layer. If I pick my lines, they are 0 by layer. Now I'm going to pick my lines and I'm going to do something new you haven't done either. We're going to go and change them to red. The property of the lines is going to be red on the 0 layer. This is because later on when we create the blocks, we're going to, when we bring them into our new drawings as blocks and insert them, depending on what layer we want to have open at that time, these blocks will take on a chameleon-like ability to change color. Now the red will not change, it will stay, but the white will take on the color of the layer property that we have open when we import that block. Okay, you'll see that in a little bit. So just you're gonna have to trust me. Lines are red on 0 layer. Again, the circle is 0 layer by block. That's the chameleon part. Okay, I'm going to take this. I'm not going to draw this again. I'm just going to copy it, grab a corner right down here, and I'm just going to come down 1 right now. And if I look at my little drawing over here, and I'm going to try to zoom in over here. There's my little window. And we'll just zoom. Oops. We zoomed in way too much. There we go. Okay. So let's look at that. If we zoom in just a little bit more here on this one, you can see that these lines we were told that were 2. Okay, I remember I pulled those up 2, plus or minus, and it looks like these are about 1 on the outside. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my line command, and I'm going to go to my line command, and first of all, I might as well, since I'm working in my line command, I can do one of 2 things. I can change it right now and go to red, 0 by red, pick my line, come over, pick my quadrant, okay, and get out of it, because I want to get out of it because I want to make this a solid line, and I want it to be 1, so I'm going to just go over and go make it 2 longer. Why would I do that? Because now I'm going to move from the midpoint of that to, I go to the edge of the circle, which will define the center of the circle, and I just moved it over. That's the way my brain works, and it's okay, you know. So however you would have done that, it's fine. I'm going to do my offset again. Enter, and 1, and there's my pick box. There we go. And there is my double duplex receptacle. Okay. I'm going to grab this one up here. I'm going to go copy, pick that point there, come down to that point right there. Everything's still centered because this one, I built it on the center. I took the time to create it properly. I don't have to move all these things around. This one has some text in it, doesn't it? So we're going to add some text. Now, I need to go up here and go to my annotation. And I think if I pick the BT stylus that we had originally, I think that is at 1.5. Let's see what happens. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, I could just go in here and go TEXT, and I go J for justify, and I would go MC for middle center, and I would specify the middle, which is the center of that circle. Height is 150. Rotation is 0. There is my cursor telling me it's time to put something in, and I'm going to type in WP. Okay. Now I'm going to go in here, and you'll notice here that the WP is actually broken. The lines are broken around it. So I'm just going to go back over to my home and go to trim. I'm going to pick the text, hit enter, and then pick inside the P and pick inside the W, and I'm trimming out. What you need to know is that all text has an imaginary box. It's about that big around it. All text does. AutoCAD can see it. You can't, but AutoCAD can see it, so when you go to trim around it, that's what it's going to do. What I also know is that this layer here, not layer, excuse me, this is on 0 layer. It's not by block though. It's not red. It should be green. And this has to do with how it's going to plot out. We have picked these colors specifically so that our symbols will plot. They'll be very easy to read, very clear, and that's very important. Okay. So I'm going to take this symbol right here, copy it. Oops, excuse me. Grab that, copy. Well, excuse me, why aren't you letting me copy you? There we go. It was talking back to me, I don't know why. Okay, and this one, we're just going to go and text edit it. And GFCI. And we're all done with that one. That was too darn skippy easy. Come up here. And we'll look at the ones we got. I think we want to jump up here and probably grab this one again. Copy. Pick a point. And bring that down. And we'll bring it down twice just because they're pretty similar. This one is a pretty easy one to do. I can just copy it and I can just go over one. There we go. Now this one, the tail looks like the tails stick out a little bit, don't they? So I could just grab those tail. I mean, there's lots of different ways I could do this. I could just throw these away. Pick this point, grab it. I'm grabbing on the grip and just pulling it down to the quadrant. Okay. Then I could go offset. Already got my one preset, and there's my two little tails sticking down there. Again, these big black circles, which were donuts when I drew it, you don't put those there. They're just strictly there to show you where the insert points are going to be later on. Okay, and then we got this one down here. This looks like it's a little different, so I'm going to go right up here. I'm going to throw this one away, grab this one, copy it, bring it from here to here. Okay, because I want to use this line here. We'll throw those away. It looks like there's the circle. This is the 3-inch circle. It looks like this is a little bit bigger circle. So I'm going to try an offset. And let's see what one looks like. That looks pretty good. I like that. Okay, and then I'm going to go offset. And here I'm going to change it to 0.5. And go from here to here. Because it's a little bit narrower. Let me see. I guess it's the same. I guess it's the old one that we had earlier. Okay, so I'm not going to draw them again. I'm just going to copy it. This is how my brain works. If I see any geometry that I can use, I'm going to steal it. Okay, great. Okay, that looks pretty good. That looks like the drawing. And looks even the little tails sticking down over. Okay. Now these. This geometry is just something that Mike Murphy gave me. This is how he draws his symbols for electrical. You can draw your own symbols, but what's going to happen, you're going to go to an office, you're going to go into an architectural firm. They're going to have their symbols already made. They're going to be already have an office standard that you're going to be using. So you're not going to have to build these, but you need to know how to build these. You need to be able to do, if your boss says, hey, can you make some blocks for me? Go for it. There is no standardization for the geometry for the blocks. I would probably look around and look at some plans that were laying around the office, and I would start to steal some of the geometry off those. I'm not going to reinvent geometry. I'm going to just go with the flow. Okay, so here we go. We got one more here. I think I want to steal one of my objects here with some text. So I'm going to steal the text. I'm going to steal that. I'm going to go copy. I'm going to come on down here, and I'm going to put that right there. And I'm just going to do one for right now. Okay, I'm going to go. Can I steal geometry? I certainly can. I could go up here and I could steal this piece of geometry right there, and copy. And just grab that corner there. Look at that. It's perfectly centered. It exactly looks like the picture, doesn't it, to you? Okay. Now, and what I can tell you is that, again, this circle here should be on the by block layer. This circle here should be on the by block layer. And this circle here wants to be red. So I'm going to pick that circle right now, grab it, and make it go red. Okay. Here I'm going to be adding a triangle. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to the rectangle and go to polygon. Our friend Mr. Polygon. How many sides? Well, I think I'll have 3 sides on my triangle. Okay. Center of the polygon, I'm going to go to the edge of the circle, which automatically tells AutoCAD that I want the center of that circle, which is right there. Now the next thing it says, do I want to inscribe it or circumscribe? I want it inside the circle, so I'm inscribing. I'm going to come up here and pick, and boom. There I am, okay? And I know that I want my triangle to be red also. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to put an I. It's hard to see, but it is the letter I. And left click on my mouse. And then I'm also going to go in here, I'm going to go to trim, and I'm just going to hit enter once and then come in here and pick right above the I there, and you notice it trimmed all the way around it for me. I'm going to take that, copy it, I'm going to drag it on down here, and I want 2 of these. Okay. One next to where all we have to do now. Notice how I'm saving just tons of time because I'm using the geometry that I have. No reason to draw this multiple times. There we go. There is my next set of symbols. We're done. Look how fast those went. Okay. So this is kind of a fun one. This is our little kind of bullseye thing here. This is like if I was a first-person shooter playing my game, I would recognize that like crazy. Okay, as a sight on my scope. So I think I'll just grab this right here and this right here. I'm going to copy that. Pick that point right there. And I'm going to just do one of these, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to just go move, and I know it's sticking out too. So if I go down 1, look at that. Now if I take that and I go copy, and I can just kind of go over here like that. I can now take this and go rotate. Go from the midpoint and go 90, and then M for move and pick that from the midpoint and go over. Look at that. Man, that was fast, huh? And it's already done. All the colors are set up. I'm good to go. I'm going to copy this and drag that right down here. Okay. I'm going to do an offset. We're at 0.5, so I'm going to go 1. And let's see if we can. Oh, perfect. Looks like my circle wants to be a little bit bigger. These one a little bit. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go offset again. Pick this and go to there. And I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to go to extend. Grab my circle. Hit enter. And then just pick my red line all the way around. And it's going to extend to that point. Throw that line away because we don't need that line. There, that's looking close, and what I can tell you is that the outside line will also be on the red layer. Okay. Okay, I think you can do this one is just doing. This is the motion detector. I guess I'll do it because it drives everybody nuts. So I'll do the motion detector the way I would do it, and my motion detector will not look like this completely. Because I'm just going to make it up as I go along. I'm looking at the diameter of this circle here. It looks like it's smaller than my 3-inch. Okay, so I'm going to go here, circle, shift right click, mid between 2 points, and I'm going to pick that point there, and I'm going to go to my intersection point here. There's my circle, and I'm going to type in 2. And then I'm going to draw a line from the quadrant there to the quadrant there. I'm going to go trim, enter, trim that, oops, trim, go move, pick the quadrant, come down to the center point there, or midpoint, excuse me. That's looking pretty good, okay. Looks to me like these are almost vertical, so I'm going to draw a couple of vertical lines. So I'm going to just start here, and I'm going to go up here. Let's go up here 4, see how that looks. Okay. I'm going to go offset, and our offset is 1. Okay, that's too much, so I'm going to go offset 0.5. Looks better. I'm going to take and I'm going to draw a line from here, and I'm going to go at 4 angle minus 30. Let's see what that looks like. Whoa! Didn't want it to go down there. Let's try that again. Pick at 4 angle minus 30. Now, why is that? Oh, why is it going minus 30? Because that's 0, isn't it? So what should we put? That's my bad. At 4 angle. How about 30? Not a minus 30. Oh, there we go. And that looks a little bit too big, so I'm just going to grab that right there, and I'm going to go rotate. And I'm going to go, let's go 10, let's see what that looks like. I'm going to go enter and rotate it again. I'm going to go another, let's go another 10, let's see that. That looks okay. That works for me. Okay? I can throw this line away. I actually don't need that line. Now I'm going to go over here and grab a circle. I'm going to put it out here to the end of this line right here. And I'm going to go to trim, pick my 2 lines here, enter, and pick my circle. And then I'm going to go to trim again. I'm going to pick this circle here, enter, and throw those away. Okay, you can see this doesn't look quite as nice as Mike's, so I'm going to grab this right here, and I'm going to do, what am I going to do here? See, it has to do where this center point is here. So that's the hard part. So if I so ugly. Let's try this. Let's try rotating this. About a minus 5. That looks a little bit better. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Not a whole bunch, but it looks a little bit better. And if I want to make this this radius a little bit more pronounced, I can do that. Go like that. There we go. And then I'm going to do something that I want to do, which makes mine a little bit different. Then I'm just going to compare like that. Okay, and I'm going to go to trim and pick this line, enter, pick that line. I'm going to grab that right there on the grip and put it right there. Hey, looks like a snow cone, doesn't it? But that looks more like a motion detector to me. That looks more like a motion detector to me, so I'm going to take that, grabbing it, and I'm going to go to mirror. I'm going to go to my center, or midpoint here, and swing it over. Remember, if you're in F8, I can just go around circles, but I don't want it to do that, so I want it to be on a 90 right there. I left-clicked, and now you hit enter. It always disappears, which always freaks me out. It's like a bug, I think. Okay. We got this smoke detector. Let's grab this geometry here and copy that. And I'm coming on down here. And it's like I just a little trim. Okay, so I'm going to pick here and here, enter, and go around, and then watch this trick. How was that, huh? You were impressed there, weren't you? Copy this, pick my corner here because it's keeping everything centered for me. And go to that corner, dead center, and go in and edit and SD, smoke detector. And everything is on the right layers, see? This here, the smoke detector, the motion sensor, I believe that this should be by block down here. And I am going to pick these 4 and also put those by block. And it's just going to, how does it print out? What does it look like when you print it? So we won't know until we do that. But that's what I'm going to do for right now. Okay. Come on over here. Now this one's confused a few folks, so we will try and do this. Okay. So first of all, I know I have some text, right? So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go from that corner to that corner. Okay. I'm going to go in and edit this. Looks like I just need to get rid of the D. So there's, oops. Come on. And delete. There we go. So I believe this text is a little bit larger. I'm just going to copy this right now because I know that I'm going to need this down here. So I'm going to go down here and bring that right there. I'm going to copy this, and I'm just going to move it straight up. And I'm going to go up here. Let's go up 2 and see what that looks like. Okay. I'm take this, and I'm going to cheat. Pick it, right-click it. I'm going to go scale. I'm going to go to the insert point, which you can see it highlighting, and I'm going to go 2, which should make it 3 inches tall. I'm going to go move, and I'm going to go down 1. Okay, and that's the one. That's the one I want down here. So I'm actually playing here. So let's take this. Let's throw that away. Let's take this one here. Move it. And bring that down here. There you go. Take this and copy it. And bring it back up here. And I know it's not centered, so I'm going to move it. And I can just do it this way. I can go to my insert and go shift right click and go mid between 2 points. So that point there and intersection. Where's my intersection? Boink. Right there. Oh! Hey, that didn't work. Move. So pick and shift right click between 2 points. So that one and that one. There it is. Now it's centered. Great. There's my S. Let's go grab a line. Let's just go steal one of our lines here. How about that one right there? Copy it. Again, pick the corner. Come on down. Set that there and there. Okay. So that looks pretty good. This one looks like we need to change this to a 3. So go in and edit that to 3. And it looks like we need to trim this. So we're going to go into trim and enter and sneak in here and trim right around that 3. There we go. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's go down to the next one. Looks like we got a 4 and a D. This is a 4-way switch, 3-way switch, 4-way switch, and dimmer switch. Okay, so let's take our 3-way switch and let's copy it. Because why? We don't want to build it again. We just want to edit. And grab that one and go to 4. And grab that one and go to D. And we are good to go there. Let's see what else we got now. Okay. Now, this one here, I want to build on the by block layer. So I'm going to go up here and go by block. And I'm going to go rectangle. Up here to rectangle. And I'm going to go, I'm just going to draw the rectangle and then I'll show you how to move it. Now, what you don't know is how big this rectangle is, but I do. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to pick a point. I'm going to go at 8, 2. That is the rectangle. I believe that's the right size. Okay, so how do I move that? So I can pick it and go, I'm going to go move, and I'm going to go shift right click, mid between 2 points, pick an end point, shift right click, mid between 2 points. I should go down and turn on my intersection. It would be a lot handier. And there. Okay, so that pretty much looks like the one that's there, doesn't it? Yeah, I bet this is a little bit bigger. So how could we fix that? Let's go up here and go to modify, stretch. Pick. Let's go 0.5 and see what happens. Look, it didn't do it. Stretch. And you know why I didn't do it? Because I didn't specify a direction. 0.5. Okay. That looks a little bit better. 0.5. Oh! What did I do there? I did 5, not 0.5. Stretch. 0.5. Much better. Okay. There we go. That's looking more like the drawing. Okay. And this one here. Okay. Oops. Let's go and zoom in here. And I know that's 8 by 8, so we'll draw a rectangle, a square. And again, I'm going to just draw it right out here. Go at 8, 8. And I'm going to go move, shift right click, in between 2 points. And mid between 2 points. And intersection. There we go. And while I'm here, I'm just going to copy it and go on down to, oops, not there, right? Oops, excuse me. Copy, pick the corner, down there, and go there we go. Now, you just go ahead and grab this and copy. Now, what do we know about that? We've lowered that, so we want to pick the one up here that's still in the center. So let's copy that and pick that S and bring it on down here to right there. And as you can see, it is centered. We double click it and we edit it, make it an F. Okay, which stands for a fan, I believe, doesn't it? Exhaust fan, yeah. Okay, we got a couple more of these to do here. So now this is the fun one. This is the helix. So I'm going to take a second. And I wanted to go over and pull out of the help file for the helix. And it should give you everything you need to know to create that helix correctly. What I can tell you is that the helix has a z-axis to it, and that is already, I believe, at 1, and we don't want that to happen, so we're going to create a helix from the very beginning, and we're going to use our little list, our little how-to list right here, okay? So I'm going to just pan this up here a little bit so that we can read this, oops, and do our drawing at the same time. I'm going to grab my AutoCAD and drag it down. There we go. Okay. And zoom in here. There's my helix. I think I'm doing, oh, I hate that one that does that. This is why 2 monitors are so much better than trying to do it on 1. Okay, here we go. So, we have the helix command. H-E-L-I-X. Helix. Okay. So it says number of turns. Okay. And we just want to hit enter because we want it to be 3, which is already set up, and it is counterclockwise. And if it's not that, you would put in here, you would, and that you, and actually it's what it's asking you for is the base point. So I'm going to go shift right click, mid between 2 points, and putting my base point right there. Okay? Now, specify the base radius or diameter. And I believe we want 1. Okay? So I'm going to hit enter. Specify the top radius or diameter. I'm going to put in 3.5. We're going to hit enter. The next question, it says to specify the helix height, okay? And that's where we want to, we got something else we can do. We got turns, which I think is the next thing we want to do, okay? Radius of 3.5, and then we want to go T for turns, enter, and we want to go 4, enter, okay? And then we want to do height, H for height, enter. And we want, as you can see, it says 0.25 right now. I want 0. Oh, this is, oh, excuse me. This is, it's putting in the distance between the turns. So, how am I doing here? I guess that's it. Now what we're going to do is find out if I did this right. And we're going to go into our 3D. We're going to look in here. Oh, I think it's looking pretty darn good. I go to my orbit. Yep, it is flat. Is it flat? it is flat. If I go into left here, if I pick left, you should see nothing sticking up. Okay, if you see something, your helix sticking up, you did it wrong. Okay, I think if you follow the directions, it'll be just fine. Okay, so I'm back to here, and we've got a few more things to build. I'm going to slide my little project out of here so I can see it a little and do a little clearer. And so here's what we're going to do. Now, the first thing we're going to have is a fan heater. Okay. Now I can also go in and edit this. I think I have too many turns in here. So I'm going to go right click and I'm going to go to properties. And it's going to give me all the information that I had in here. And, excuse me. So what I want to do here is we want to move this to, I believe, the red layer, or not layer, red property. Okay. Now we have our two objects right here. And the first thing we have is a fan. So I'm going to go copy, and I'm going to pick this corner right there and put it right there. And I'm going to take this and copy it and stick it right onto here. Okay. And then I'm going to watch how I cheat and find the center here. I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to go move. And I believe this will be correct. I'm going to go from the endpoint to the midpoint of that line. And I bet you, is that centered? Let's go find out just for fun. And that distance is 7.85. And that distance is 6.15, so I didn't do it. So I'm going to go move. So first thing I'm going to do is go down here to my O-snaps, to my settings. And I am going to turn on intersection because I need it. I've been not having it. Okay. And I'm going to go move. And I'm going to go from the midpoint to between 2 points. And I'm going to go that point right there and that point right there. There we go. Now it is centered. I'm going to copy that. And again, I'm going to go from here to here. And down to that one. Okay, the next thing we have is a fan. We have here a fan light. Okay, so I'm going to go up and get my light. So I'm going to take that, throw that away. I'm going to go up here and get my light. Copy. And I bet you this won't be centered, but I can bring it down.